During the 2015 elections, the All Progressive Congress APC mantra for campaign was change, and it eventually won the ruling party PDP by a very wide margin. The rest, as it said, is history. But since that victory at the polls, how has Nigeria, and indeed Nigerians, fared? While some agree that there's been a change, others believe that things have gone from bad to worse. This will be the crux of our interview today with someone who should know. He is one of the strong members of the ruling party APC in Nigeria. He's also an astute businessman. You will meet my guest after this break. Welcome to our guest of the week. Actually, we have two guests of the week, but you'll get to meet them after the break. Stay with us.
Celebrating Africa's rich cultural heritage.
Welcome back. Our guest of the week is one of the respected members of the All Progressive Congress, APC. He is Alhaji Naim Aliyu. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, madam.
And also, Alhaji is here with the APC women leader in Houston, Texas, in the person of Alhaja Rashidat Musa. You're also welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
All right, so first let me start by congratulating you on your victory at the polls. That's congratulating the APC and indeed Mr. President at the victory at the polls. Well, it's been 8 months since APC took over. By your own opinion, has there been any change?
Yes, there is. There is a lot of change.
Okay.
At least we have seen light. In Nigeria today, we are seeing light, at least. So that's a change.
Okay.
That's what we have seen.
All right. Some people believe that APC has not actually fulfilled its promise on the campaign trail, like the 5,000 naira for jobless Nigerians, free meal to students, and etc. What is your take on this?
You see, in that aspect, the government just started, and we Nigerians at times were in a hurry. But nobody should blame or should say the government are not doing anything for now, because they have just started. So much damages that Nigeria has faced at 16 years now. So I will call on Nigerians to be patient. I believe all the promises by Mr. President, I believe is going to work on them. So nobody should cry for now. I'm appealing to Nigerians for now, should be patient. All the promises will be in place.
Well, you talk about people that Nigerians should be patient, and some are saying that after 8 months, it appears that the government is like clueless. They don't know what they're doing or what they're supposed to do, which was what they should have planned before the elections. You know, it took about how many months, May to October, November, for Mr. President to name his cabinet.
Yes, you see, coming to that, Mr. President said he doesn't want to make any mistake by appointing anybody. So which I personally accept his ideology. Because you cannot just appoint anybody like that, because it means we'll go back to what we had before. So for that 6 months, people are complaining that Mr. President has not named ministers. New to me, it's nothing to worry about. already Mr. President now has named his ministers, and they have resumed office. I think we should give him just little time. Well, everything will be okay to me.
Okay, all right. Talking
Yes.
about naming of ministers. Now, my next question will be to Alhaja Rashidat. The president came out with some names for ministerial appointments, and the women folk in Nigeria are disappointed as to the ratio of women in the cabinet. What's your take on this?
To me, at least they should give women more chance, like 60-40. That is why we form a group of APC Male Forum, so that we want to work with the government in some areas in Nigeria, even right here, because a lot of people right here, they want to go home, they like to go and help the government. But if our president should at least give a woman some chance, that is 50-50 or 60-40, so that women too will be recognized.
Okay, Alhaji Aliyu, Alhaja Rashidat wants a 50-50 representation of women in the cabinet. What do you think?
You see, already cabinet is already in place. So I'm appealing to women in Nigeria should not lose hope. I think Mr. President is somebody that wants to work with women as well. But I think Mr. President, let me just speak on his behalf, will look into that aspect again. Okay. But women should not be disappointed. I believe things will be fine. All right. With the women as well.
Okay, so we will hold you to that promise that women will have more women subsequently in governance in Nigeria.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Another aspect that came out during the campaign was the issue of corruption. The president promised to eradicate corruption, but people feel that this drive towards eradication of corruption is one-sided. It's like APC is going after the opposition. Why is that so? Why is it that all the stories we've seen, everything we've heard about eradication of corruption involves just members in the opposition party? That's the PDP.
Okay. You see, Bafarawa that collected money, 1.17 billion, is not an APC member. Those people that are like the Suki that are alleging, or the court with armed deal, is not an APC member. So what we are saying, Nigerians, we should face reality. You see, now anybody caught, whether you are in APC, whether you are in PDP, provided you are guilty of this corruption, Mr. President will not look at whether you are a PDP member or APC member. No. What we are saying is, anybody found guilty on this corruption, honestly speaking, Mr. President will not spare that person, no matter who he is. So, and if you watch, most of the majority of people today, they are accusing of this money, PDP members. Let's say the truth. Majority of them are PDP members. So nobody should say it's just one-sided. It's not one-sided at all. Nobody should catch me, or nobody should hold me, or because I'm not part of it. So what we are saying, we should say the right thing. Nigerians should say the right thing. So nobody should think it's just one-sided. Mr. President, I have been with him for many years today. It's not such person. Even if his own son or his own brother or whoever found guilty, I'm telling you, Mr. President will not even look at him. That is the truth of the matter.
All right. Well,
yes.
I read in the papers how some people actually wrote and documented the corruption that the former governor of Rivers State Amechi. They allegedly said he also had some bad business, and some other governors that are in APC. So why are they not prosecuted too? If you are not doing a prosecution of selective people.
Yes. You see, in the case of Amechi, Amechi even himself said that they should prove it in court of law. And I'm telling you this, if that is proved, Buhari will not work with him. Mr. President will not work with him. It's just an allegation. An allegation cannot be this until it's proved. Now, on the other governors, they are saying, Mr. President said it, that anybody they are accusing, they should prove it. Like all this money we are talking, they are collecting, is proved. Some accepted, yes, they collected the money. So it means it's proved. So Amechi said, you go and prove me. If you said there's a corruption against me, prove it. And if they prove it, Mr. President will not even look at him. I'm telling you this. That is the truth. Because I know Mr. President.
Okay.
I know the kind of person he is.
It's a case of innocent until proven guilty.
Yes, that's how it is.
Oh, okay. You're still watching Guest of the Week. We will take a short break and we'll be right back. So stay with us.
Celebrating Africa's rich cultural heritage.
Welcome back, and in case you're just joining us, this program is Guest of the Week, and we have our Guest of the Week, a strong member of APC, the ruling party in Nigeria, Alhaji Naim Aliyu, who is also an astute businessman. He's here with the women leader of APC in Houston, Texas, Alhaja Rashidat Musa. Again, welcome to the program.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so recently the IMF bus visited the president. Is Nigeria going and borrowing again? And won't this further devalue the naira?
Yes. You see, in that aspect, I'm not professional. That is one. And if Mr. President see, maybe it's good to borrow money from World Bank, maybe to assist in some projects in Nigeria. Due to me, there's nothing wrong. After all, they have been borrowing money before, and no Nigerians have seen the money. So if Mr. President today decide to borrow and to make sure, to use the money to exactly, which I know that if that happens, that also will happen. To use the money judiciously, there's nothing wrong with that. So,
okay, so
yes.
At the expense of the naira devaluing.
You see, naira devaluation today in Nigeria. You see, well, everybody knows what brought the devaluation of naira in terms of all this issue of this corruption. But I believe naira will come back to what it is. I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
All right. Let's talk about Nigerians in diaspora. Nigerians like in Houston, anywhere in the world. What plans does the government have, for Nigerians to come home and invest with all those reports of insecurity? What is the government doing about this?
You see, in terms of insecurity, I believe there is security now in Nigeria. And we are all Nigerians staying outside Nigeria should come back home. Their money is secured. Now, this government is a serious government. So they should come back home. and invest so that other Nigerians living at home will get something to do. So they should come back. We are calling on them. I believe anybody that brings investment will not be like before. I believe so. So we are calling on them to come back home. Let them come and invest. Those that are living outside, all of you should come back home.
Oh, okay. Alaja Rashidat,
Yes.
you are a Nigerian in diaspora.
Yes.
What's your take on this?
It's a very good thing. My own opinion is that we Nigerians right here in diaspora, we like to go home. Like you already said, that insecurity. Like you said, this time around there will be security. Full time is security, and that is the more reason we formed this APC Women Forum, at least for the homeless people in Nigeria. Like here, there's homeless, but they have a shelter here. Government do help them, but in Nigeria, government they don't help them. A lot of them on the street. That's why we women here, we form the Women Forum so that we can help government through that area. Give them, like those people on the streets, they can build a shelter for them, put them there like they do right here. People that don't have job, they can go there, take care of them. They have doctors, teachers, take them to the day out, do all sorts of things so that the streets, those beggars will be minor on the street. They have it here, but it's not like Nigeria. So, that's my...
All right, thank you very much. Alaji, the current fiscal policy of the government makes it difficult for Nigerians to send money home or access their money for special needs like payment of hospital, medical bills, and school fees. What's your take on this, considering the new policy now?
You see, honestly, the new policy now is affecting everybody. But I believe the present government, or Mr. President himself, does not want any Nigerian man or woman to suffer. But I believe they will look into these issues and solve the problem. We know everybody is suffering in that aspect, both the businessmen, because I know why why all these things came up, because of the issue of this corruption, the other issue. But I believe Mr. President will look at this problem because he doesn't want any Nigerian to suffer in anywhere.
Talking about suffering,
yes, in terms of this hardship.
Nigerians at home had a bleak Christmas, especially the civil servants, and some of them are still not, they've not been paid. The Christmas in Nigeria was very, very pitiful. How would you, or the government, the APC-led government, put an end to late payment of salaries? It wasn't like that before.
Yes, you see, the issue of this salary issue, everybody remember, even last time it was Mr. President that even bailed the governors out in terms of salary. And I believe Mr. President will not allow civil servants to suffer. So, which I know they work on that. I know, just like I said earlier, we should be patient. Even the civil servant also should be patient. In a very short while, all things will be working fine, unlike before. I believe so. So we should be patient.
So it has to be pain before gain.
Of course, that's it.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Mr. President and the Vice President declared their assets. Up till now, some ministers have not. What's government doing about this?
You see, in terms of in that aspect, I believe Mr. President will make sure everybody declared his asset because.
When?
No. I'm telling you this. No, I'm telling you. The ministers, I believe they will do that. So we'll just watch. Mr. President will not even allow that because he wants to set an example of that everybody has to follow. So Mr. President will not allow the ministers to remain without declaring their asset. I believe they will do that in a very short while. And you say, I tell you here today. Mr. President, yes, Mr. President will allow that to go.
Yes.
Yes, that is the truth.
All right.
Mr. President, I know him for a long time. I've been with him, so I know it's not allowed that.
Okay, you know what? he can do.
I know what he can do. He can seem quiet, but he knows what he's doing.
Mm.
Yes.
My next question
So,
should also affect the APC women leader, Alaja Rashidat Musa. The ban on importation of items, are we not laying the foundation, just like years before, queuing for essential commodities? What do you think? You know, government has banned the importation of some necessary items. So,
To Nigeria.
considering our low level of production of those items, what do you think?
Like even here in America, they import. So what I think is that if our people, like Elijah said, like if our people go home and we invest and there is lights, there is everything, security, we can do something in Nigeria instead of, so that even if we go to import, the importation will be limited.
Okay. Haji Aliyu, what's your take on this?
you
The
see,
issue of ban on importation of items.
yes, you see, there are some items definitely has to be banned, definitely. But all the same, you know, government before they come out with a policy, they have gone through to know what and what that maybe their masses need or their countrymen and women need. You see, Nigeria, we are well blessed, and we shouldn't depend solely every time we import everything. No, there are certain things honestly has to be
Produced.
limited, yes, so
In
that
Nigeria.
at least will give us a sense of belonging. It will give Nigerians at least job to do. So not everything they import. So I suppose what Elijah is saying.
All right, before we go quickly,
Yes.
what message do you have for Nigerians here in Houston and Texas watching you now, you know, from home?
You see, the message I have for Nigerians living in Houston, Texas, in fact, even in America as a whole, is all the time Nigerians living here should behave themselves. Because we have gotten a new government now, so at least we should humble ourselves, so that they should humble themselves, to respect themselves, so that even the Americans will respect us. They know we are not what we are before. So please, we should behave ourselves well.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sure Nigerians watching you have heard you.
Thank
You appeal to them to be good ambassadors of
Exactly.
Nigeria
Yes.
in America. Well, on that note, I'll say it's been an interesting time talking with you
Thank you.
at ABN TV Houston.
Thank you.
And we wish you and wish our president, His Excellency President Buhari, all the best in this onerous task of nation building.
Amen, amen.
And we wish you a safe trip
Thank
back
you.
to Nigeria.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I promise each time I'm here, you call on me, I will always say, come up.
All right.
I'll always say, show up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alaja Rashidat Musa, for coming on to the program
You're
also.
welcome, and thank you.
Well, I have been chatting with Alhaji Naim Aliyu, a strong APC member, and he's also the managing director of ICA Logistics Limited. And of course, he was accompanied here to the studio by Alaja Rashidat Musa, who is the APC women leader in Houston, Texas. I hope I was able to ask the questions, those questions that you would have loved to ask if you were on the side of the TV. Thank you for having kept us company. We hope we'll see you again sometime soon. Until then, bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.